Hey guys, Matthew Jackson here, and we are back for another episode of Training, where we provide VGC 18 content to you guys. Unfortunately, Tyler is busy with finals, so it'll be just me today providing you the content. So please bear with me as I try out this team, and we try to pick up some wins. You guys, remember the team is still going to be the Kangaskhan, Feeny, Landorus, Zapdos, Heatran, and Cresselia. We did manage to find the battle points, and we switched up the ability, so we are now Scrappy Kangaskhan. So if we run in any ghost types, we will have a better matchup than when we were early bird. So we're going to hop right into our battles. Our rating is 15-10 with a win-loss of 6-6. And I'm a big fan of my friend Hal, so I think that's going to be what I'm going to play right now. And yeah, as we were saying, just if you guys are just joining, we are playing Ultramax from Virginia with a rating of 1569. Like I was saying though, the team is Mega Kangaskhan, Berry Feeny, Groundium Landorus, Misty Seed Zapdos, Heatran, and Cresselia. We're going to be playing, it looks like a Japan Sand variant team with Mega Salamence, Excadrill, Tyranitar, Aegislash, Kartana, and Tapu Fini. So this matchup is a little bit scary. It's going to be about eliminating the threats that we need. His team looks fairly weak to Trick Room if we can play around the Aegislash. So that might be what we have to do here. Heatran does have a decent matchup against the Excadrill, Aegislash, and Kartana, and maybe a little bit with the Tyranitar, but it is going to have a weird matchup against the Tapu Fini that our opponent has. I think a safe lead versus this guy is Kangaskhan Landorus, and I want to make sure that I have pressure on him. Actually, our Fini has a good matchup if we can get rid of the Kartana. We could also have speed control. I think we want to bring Trick Room. Oh, this guy's spooky. I think Lando Cress is our lead. With Heatran and Tapu Fini, I don't think we're going to bring a Mega this game. And we're just going to see how that goes. We do threaten the KO on the Aegislash with the Groundium Z. So that might be what we're going to try to go for. We need to stop the Sand. The Sand, most of these variants do have Scarf Tyranitar, which would be very scary to play. And he leads T-Tar Excadrill, so this is a good lead for us, as we lead Landorus Cresselia. We do see the Sand Screen proc before our Intimidate, which does indicate that the Tyranitar is Choice Scarf. And this is pretty spooky. The Tyranitar most likely has I would assume it has Ice Beam. Could have Ice Punch. I kind of want to set up Trick Room, and I think I'm going to be okay with letting Landorus die here. So he does go for Iron Head here onto our Landorus. That's interesting. And we're going to see the Ice Punch, which should just pick up the knockout. That was a good play by our opponent. Our Landorus will go down. But we do get a free Trick Room up, which is very nice. And we can just bring in our Tapu Fini here. So we do get the Misty Surge up. We have a couple options here. That Tyranitar most likely is going to switch out, because it's locked into Ice Punch, and I wouldn't be surprised if it switched into something like the Kartana. The Excadrill is still a little bit scary. I don't think he does anything to the Cress here. I think I want to bring in the Heatran. I think he's going to switch in Kartana, and I'm going to Calm Mind. Switching in the Heatran just gives me board position against him. I expect him to switch out Tyranitar. If not, then we're still in a good spot because it is locked into that Ice Punch. Tyranitar does switch out, and it is going to be into the Tapu Fini. Okay. So we'll see what Excadrill does. If it Earthquakes, that could be really bad. If it Tectonic Rages, that should just be enough to potentially just proc our Berry with the Sand. And it is probably going to be that Tectonic Rage we were talking about. So as long as this does not crit, I think we're in a pretty decent spot. And we'll see how much this Tectonic Rage is going to do. It's going to do less than half, which is actually extremely good. And that Tapu Fini does take Recoil, as well as our Fini. And we are, I believe, at +1. That is Tectonic Rage, so if Excadrill is going to do anything, I think it's just going to protect here. I kind of want to double up the Fini, even though it's kind of risky. I think I'm going to double up the Fini here. Tapu Fini actually just stays in. Tapu Fini does go for the Moonblast. That should just be enough to proc our Berry. Perfect, but we do unfortunately get the special attack drop. We are going to get the Earth Power and the Moonblast off, which will do a decent chunk of damage to the other Fini. We'll see what he goes for with Excadrill. Could be the Drill Run. Oh, yeah, it is. So that will pick up the KO on our Heatran. Tapu Fini probably has a berry of its own, I would assume. It does not. So we do bring in Cress here. I think Psychic will be enough to pick up the knockout here. And I kind of want to go for the Muddy Water onto the Excadrill. Yeah, okay. So we do, unfortunately, not get the Psych off. That means he's probably burying we didn't proc it the previous turn. But we will get the Muddy Water off. Unfortunately, we actually do not. It misses the Excadrill, which is a little unfortunate. And it brings Fini down pretty low. And the Fini does proc its berry. There is, I believe, one turn of Trick Room left. And I believe is that one turn of Sandstorm as well? Yeah. I think a safe play here is to Icy Wind protect our Fini. Just to lower the speeds a little bit as we do set up Trick Room again. The Fini is scary because we got the special attack drop, which was a little unfortunate. Goes from Muddy Water here. It does hit our Cresselia. It's going to do a small little bit of damage. I would assume he doubled up here. It does get the accuracy drop as well. Drill Run does come out onto our Fini. And the Sandstorm does subside. Alright. So he does have the Tyranitar, which is really spooky. And he probably has, I would assume he has his Mega. Let's see what we can do. We have to get rid of that Fini. I don't know if we can, though. We might have to get a little bit lucky here. We run a Muddy Water and Psychic. We unfortunately miss the Fini, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's what you get when you run Muddy Water. And we will probably do decent damage to this Excadrill, which is very good. Getting the accuracy drop on that as well. And our Psychic will be able to hit the Fini for a decent chunk of damage. Excadrill uses the Drill Run into the Cresselia's Levitate, which is probably a misclick from our opponent. And he goes for Moonblast, which I don't know if it kills. It does not kill our Fini, which is very good. So, Alright, so our Crest still has his berry. I think we double up the Fini again with Muddy Water. Fini protects. That was really smart. And we hopefully hit the Excadrill. We do, which picks up the knockout. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if there's a reliable way we can win this game. I might have to... He probably just attacks the Fini here. I don't think there's a way we can reliably win this. I think I still Icy Wind Protect, but even after that I don't think it would kill. I don't think we would even outspeed. Our opponent just played very strong. My blunder in the match was definitely not preserving the Heatran really well. And the T-Tar just goes for the Rock Slide. So if we don't get flinched, we could potentially have a chance here. But yeah, it was a couple of unnecessary turns. I should have just set up Trick Room and let my Landers have a good matchup. Because my Landers did really well against the Excadrill and Tyranitar. The Fini would not like to switch into that, obviously. So we could have definitely played this game a little bit better. Yeah, he has a very safe play now of just, I might as well just Sunny Day though. Maybe I can... I think he probably outspeeds me still, because they hit about 124 and we're a little bit slower than that. So I'm going to Sunny Day so I don't die to Sun, and I hope I get an accuracy drop, maybe with Muddy Water, if we do outspeed. But I think Rock Slide will just go first again, and it does. So that will probably finish up the game here. Or I guess not, since we are Pinch Berry, but that doesn't matter too much. We'll forfeit after this turn. I willingly sacked 2 of my Pokemon, which was definitely the problem in the match. I let Landers die. I just was fearing the potential like attack and like Assurance combination onto my Cresselia, so I thought I could potentially just get a free Earthquake. But that was not the case in the match. I definitely didn't play as optimal as I could. I also let my Heatran hit up a Drill Run, get a Drill Run onto it, picking up the 1-hit KO. If that did not happen, I think I would have played a little... The game would have panned out a little bit differently. But beautifully played by my opponent. He definitely played smart. And we're just going to wait a couple more turns. He just has to Rock Slide and Moonblast me once more. But the Sand matchup is definitely a scary matchup with this team. I also think Sand is a very underrated archetype in the meta right now, as we played it twice on our channel. It's just, I'll actually just forfeit the match. But Sand is really strong, especially with the Z moves now. Excadrill is a serious threat. But good game to Ultra Max. He played really smart. There was definitely a couple things I could have done differently, but you just learn every time you play a new game. So we will just try to hop into our next battle. So our rating is going to be 1496, which isn't the best, but we're going to try to keep going. Hopefully I can pick up a win for you guys. And we are going to play Sharpie from Mexico with a rating of 1499. And they're using a very scary team of Landers, Amoonguss, Zapdos, Porygon Z, Lopunny, and Gastrodon. This is a pretty scary. I think I don't want to get Breakneck Blitz. That would be really bad. I think there's about 5 mons I want to bring to this matchup. Kangaskhan Fini is just a pretty safe lead, especially with the fake out pressure. We are Scrappy Kang, so that might be a little whack. But I think Heatran's pretty good here. Heatran does deal with the Amoonguss really well. And I think Landers is the 4th one I want. I don't know if I necessarily need the speed control. I just need to get rid of the Lopunny. If the PZ, I actually do not know the set. Yeah, I would assume it is the Z conversion because he has the Rage Powder redirection. So we're going to just hop into our match. Good luck to my opponent. We're going to see leads in 1 second. He is going to lead Lopunny Gastrodon. Interesting lead by my opponent. We might just trade Fake Outs this turn. Which would be a-okay. Okay, let's think this turn out. He has Lopunny Gastrodon. Lopunny is either going to Fake Out or High Jump Kick me. I think he could just Fake Out Finny. I'm going to Double Edge the Lopunny and get up a Calm Mind. I think he's going to Fake Out the Finny this turn. This is a pretty risky play, but I kind of want to make it. He also didn't Mega Evolve his Lopunny. That's kind of interesting. Lopunny actually just fakes out Feeny, so I get the Double Edge knockout onto his Lopunny. Nice. That might have been a little unnecessary, but I just wanted to, it gained me a lot of board position if I made the read right. So I wanted to make sure I killed the Lopunny. The Lopunny was a big threat to my Kangaskhan, and I don't know if he has like another Pokemon that can deal with it extremely well. He has Landers, which is a little spooky. Landers, Gastrodon. I don't think he's gonna Scald the I'm gonna Double Edge the Landers. I'm gonna actually switch out into my own Landers. If I'm faster, then I will get a lot of damage off on the Landers, and then the Grounding Z can threaten a ton of damage onto that Gastrodon. And I am faster, so that's really good. I get the Double Edge off, which does around probably 50%. And I probably will die to Scald this turn, but if he Tectonic Raged my... if he Tectonic Raged my Feeny, that's really good. Nice. And he goes for the Scald to pick up the KO on my Kangaskhan. So that was a very good turn for us. I have to bring in Feeny here, because Heatran does not do very well versus Landorus and Gastrodon. I have a couple options here, but what I think is my best option is to Moonblast the Gastrodon and Protect. Most Gastrodon carry that Pinch Berry, so if I get the damage off, that'll be very good. Landers actually protects, so that's even better for us. Because it gives us a safe double up the next turn. And he actually has Ice Beam, so that's really good for us. He does have, and he's Leftovers, so that's interesting to note. So now this gives us a pretty safe play. I think Tectonic Rage picks up the KO on Gastrodon from this range. And I'm going to Muddy Water. I know that I could activate the Storm Drain if it lives, but I don't think it will live. And Landers isn't -1. So it doesn't want to take a Muddy Water, but he actually just protects Gastrodon. Very smart play by my opponent. He probably went for Earthquake, I would assume. But this is still okay, because Gastrodon is slower than both, and it's not Pinch Berry, so I don't have to worry about that. So I can safely just knock it off and Moonblast the next turn, depending on what he has in the back. As long as we kill the Landers this turn, I think we're fine. Landers knocks off, that makes sense. My Pinch Berry. If I kill it this turn, this is really good. And we do hit, that should pick up the knockout on the Landers. Good play by my opponent on calling the Tectonic Rage. So our opponent had Landorus. He had another Trickramon. It was Zapdos. Yeah, Zapdos was the Pokemon. Alright. So now we can deal with it pretty well. I want to protect Feeny this time. I don't know if I want to protect though. I kind of want to just double up the Gastrodon and Rock Slide. So Rock Slide Moonblast is a pretty safe play. Thunderbolt does come out. I don't know if this is enough to kill our Feeny. And it actually is. That's pretty bad. So we connect on both Rock Slides. If we could flinch the Gastrodon, that would be really good. But I don't know if we will. And it crits the Gastrodon too. Oh, and we do get the flinch. That's pretty fortunate for us. Yeah, that definitely mattered. We do bring in Heatran now. And I think he has Hidden Power Ice. Which, to be honest, I'm not sure if we can take. I think we I think we Heat Wave, knock off the Gastrodon here. Yeah, he does have HP Ice. We'll see if this is enough. Yeah, we do live. Okay. And it actually does just kill the Gastrodon, which is really good. Maybe I should have knocked off the last turn. That would have been better. But we do get the Heat Wave off. We should pick up this win, barring a couple misses. Now we just, we obviously Heat Wave because he can exert a lot of offense, and we protect just to give us an extra turn to hit a Heat Wave. And he does forfeit. We did get a little bit fortunate with the with the flinch onto the Gastrodon, which definitely preserved our Heatran pretty well. The next turn, it could have panned out entirely differently, especially with the Scald Pressure on the Gastrodon. This is just a little bit of unfamiliarity with the team. I think we played the second game more optimally than the first, definitely. This is not a team I'm very comfortable with, but we're going to try our best to keep going with this team. We did finish 1-1. We're going to be over the 1500s again. If you guys have any comments for me, please let me know. If you guys have any teams you want me or Tyler to try out later on in the series, please just shoot us a DM on Twitter. Our things are in the top right below. And please leave comments on our videos. We'd love to hear feedback, and we'd love to know what you guys think. I think that is going to be it for our episode. If you guys like what you saw, or you guys want to maybe see us improve a little bit, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel, Utah is Free VGC, and feel free to share on Twitter if you want to spread a new VGC channel to the community. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I will see you guys next time. You guys have a great day.